So did he, has he responded to your texts? Because he hasn't responded to mine.
No, I don't know. You know how Mike is sometimes, is this time of the year. He just
He
needs
always,
his
spring, he always falls in love, and then we don't see
go.
him for a few weeks.
Then he gets his heart broken. He comes back and is
Crawling
like,
back.
"Can I do the podcast again?" That's my Mike.
That's a good mic. That's almost as good as, you saw season 3, episode 23 of Everybody Loves Raymond this week, right? We didn't coordinate it like we usually do since Mike isn't here, but I mean, I watched.
I watched it as well. It was really nice to kind of just do like a regular old episode just on the TV. I sat on I made popcorn.
I had it on in the background while I was making dinner, and then in the time that it took to make dinner, the episode had concluded, so I was able to turn it off and sit down with my wife and kids and have a family meal together.
That's very nice. Congratulations, by the way, on your kid.
Oh, when I say kids, I mean, since Mike's been gone, I've had a lot more time. Usually I'm following him around with, shenanigans and stuff. But I've started volunteering at the foster home, where I'll pick up the kids every Saturday, bring them over to my house. Yeah, just the kids. No
just
chaperones.
Kids. Okay.
I was vetted. And I have them over to my house and have them sit in silence and watch an episode of Everybody Loves Raymond while I open a can of Bush's baked beans. And then we sit down together and eat them.
Well, yeah. Cool. I mean, I'm glad I didn't miss we're having a baby card.
No.
Okay,
No,
good.
don't worry. I returned them all. It was
okay.
That trial period. It's like when you order a Casper mattress, you get 100 nights.
Yeah. You can try and sleep on them. If they're not comfortable, you send them back. And thanks for taking a walk with me through this lovely
I was just going to
park.
say your impression of Mike reminded me of Frank's impression of Ray in this episode. It was really good.
Yeah. That's a great and legitimate connection to the
True.
episode that
Yeah.
I agree with. I think that was a funny little bit.
But no, it is a beautiful day in the park. The birds are singing, the sun is shining, the hot dog men are haggling. Just a beautiful day.
Well, regardless,
Yeah.
It's a lovely day. Not a cloud in the sky. What is it, like 11:30 a.m.? A beautiful time.
Yeah, it's a great time.
And
That coffee was good.
Yeah, that coffee was really good. 2 sugars.
I didn't even realize that coffee shop was over there, 2 Sugars. It's, the Sugar Brothers. They're an old Lynbrook family. I'm glad that they finally got together and started doing something together. Because, the Sugars have all had their separate businesses around town.
Absolutely.
It's nice when a family can sort of have something that they can pass down generationally,
Absolutely. That's absolutely amazing. Hey, we're in the area. We approved that book fair a couple months ago. I think that's today.
I have not been keeping up with that, but yeah, look at that.
It's right over there.
They got those fold-out card tables and everything. It's Denise. Denise is she is such a civic-minded individual.
It looks like a delightful time. Why don't we go over there and peruse some of the books?
Yeah. Oh my God, is this? All of these are $1.99? This is an incredible deal.
Wow.
I got to go talk to Denise. I'll be right back.
All right, I'll be here.
Just flip through, see what you find.
Yeah.
And maybe we can start like a little book club at Town Hall for the employees. I think that would be great.
I think that would be so cute. We just have to find a good book.
Because, Mike's, after the whole, I think it's good that Mike's gone, because after the whole union busting thing, they've sort of not wanted to touch us with a 10-foot pole. But now that Mike's gone,
who cares?
I think we can start to rebuild the employee relations. All right. I'm going to go talk to Denise, see if you can find something that would be good for a book club. I don't know.
All right, well, let's see. We got some booths over here. Hello. Hi. What the heck was that? That was a loud cough.
Thank you for not swearing, son. We really appreciate it. You know, there's kids around. We like to keep it clean in the park. Okay, I'm gonna. It's me, Mrs. Robertson. By the way,
Hi, Mrs. Robertson.
I voted
yes,
for
I
you.
recognize you. I know you did. Thank you.
Yes.
I appreciate you. Did you happen to hear where that came from?
I think it came from under the card table here, and underneath the tablecloth, and maybe it's a squirrel or something having some sort of.
Yeah, look, I see like a little pair of footsies down there. Let's tug on that. 1, 2. Oh, there's a leg.
Oh,
Oh my! What the?
Hey there, Alex. How you doing?
Hi, Schneider. Oh, what? Why are you under this table?
Well, because it's a nice, quiet place,
I mean, this whole area is
To
quiet.
be down here reading Richard Russo's collected Nobody's Fool and Everybody's Fool.
Yes, everybody loves Nobody's Fool. That is true.
Yeah, but it's just sort of like it's like a changing, just a nice little draw the curtain around me, kind of just me and my book.
Well, I see that. I didn't realize you were back in town.
Yeah. Just, I come through every now and again. Don't let anybody know, because then, you have, like, if you tell everybody, then they're all like, oh, you should go, like, we should do this, and you got, like, 10 people, like, vying for your time. So I'd much rather kind of show up and then just,
Yeah, sorry, Schneider. I didn't hear any of that. I was too busy telling Adam to come back because you're here.
Oh my God, Schneider! Hey, I just got a text from Alex.
Oh.
You're here?
Hey, Adam!
That's so
What's up?
weird because I texted you yesterday and I was
let's keep that in-house,
you're
though.
coming. When are you going to come back to Lynbrook? You want to get coffee at Two Sugars? You know, the Sugar Brothers have finally gotten together and are opening a business together instead of many disparate family businesses. And then you didn't reply.
Okay. I heard. Good for them.
Okay.
I'm a really
Well,
bad
it's good
texter, and also, I didn't even know I was coming through yesterday. You know me. I sometimes just show up late.
Yeah, you are a vagrant. Hey, is that a
That's fair.
a compendium of Richard Russo works? You got Everybody's Fool and Nobody's Fool?
Yes, his duology of small-town upstate New York.
You wouldn't happen to have Somebody's Fool, which came out last year in 2023, would you?
No, that's forthcoming, Adam. Am I mistaken? I thought you managed to get your hands on an advanced reader's copy. Maybe I just let time get away from myself.
You know, Dick and I go way back. I was the original inspiration for...
I thought you were going to say you were the original dick.
Well, I wouldn't have been called that before. But, I was the original fool. He saw me slip on a banana peel outside
remember what
of his...
Mrs. Robertson said, Alex? Yeah. No, none of that vulgar language.
Within earshot of Mrs. Robinson.
No,
no swearing.
It's okay. The context in which I was called that is my parents originally had named me Richard, and then to avoid confusion with Richard Russo, they changed my name to Adam. Schneider, Richard Russo... Hold on. Richard Russo and his Pulitzer Prize in Fiction for his novel Empire Falls, which he received in 2002, can be pushed aside. I'm happy to see you. So last time you came into town, you were pushing that push cart down the Babylon line of the Long Island Railroad, right?
Yes. So what I had done is put together a little curriculum of non-New York City, New York art and literature. It turns out that it was just a bunch of Richard Russo, The Last of the Mohicans, and then some prints of the Hudson River School of Painters.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, they like the like blacklight posters from like back in the day. Yeah, like the Hudson River School of Painters. They were like the blacklight posters of the mid-19th century. Just smoke a little weed and stare at one of those for a while. Yeah.
Ooh, staring at art.
Staring at art. If you ever, I know we all did this in college. You would take some LSD, you'd put on Pink Floyd, and you just stare at a Thomas Cole for like 6 hours. Man.
Oh yeah,
and it's synced up perfectly.
Yes.
Is that what everyone did?
Oh, that's what. Well, to be honest, I didn't do it. I heard about other people doing it.
I see a lot of people shaking their heads around this.
Mrs. Robertson, did you? Oh yeah, it syncs up absolutely perfectly.
All right, Mrs. Robertson excluded.
She was.
I mean, we know she was crazy back in the day.
I will
she
say,
followed the dead on tour.
Yeah,
by which I mean she chased hearses down the street.
Yeah,
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say that I was kind of a weenie in college. I was scared of the drugs, TMCR. So I did spend a lot of time just staring at William Turner paintings, but without any of the drugs. And all of the drug doers I were with really seemed to have a different kind of experience than me. Honestly, it was like being the only atheist in church, and everybody's just like, I feel Jesus, he is with me now. And I'm just like, I don't know what's going on. So, good painting, though. Good painting.
Yeah. Schneider actually in at a great time because our friend, you might remember him. His name was Mike. He doesn't really leave a lasting impression.
Oh, yeah. Like, what was Michael Donziger was his Dorchester?
Mike Jamaica.
Yes, thank you.
You're several letters behind.
My fault.
I think he was Mike G when you were here last, but that just proves the point. He just doesn't leave much of an impression on people.
Yeah, well, we can't find him, and as is law, we cannot do our podcast with less than 3 people.
Yeah, we just weren't going to do it this week, but if you're down, I mean, you've been on the show before. Would you want to do did you happen to see season 3, episode 23 of Everybody Loves
Be
Raymond?
Nice?
Nice?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
What a coincidence. Yeah, no.
Well, then let's do an episode. I've got the microphones.
This is so nice. What a nice little coincidence. Well, all right then. In that case, welcome back to Everybody Loves Raymond. My name is Alex, and I'm joined here with Adam.
Hello.
And our friend Schneider, who is not Mike.
Hi. No, I am not.
That's
Mike.
your credit this time.
Okay. Well,
you've been an author.
Yeah.
You've been
at least Mike's not here to mess up my biography. Schneider, he's
your
not Mike. He's at least not correct.
Okay. Yeah. Keep your voice down.
I keep it
shouting
real,
in the park.
I keep it real simple. We are out here today at the Lynbrook Book Fair in the middle of Lynbrook Park, which is so aptly named. There are other parks that are just as real in Lynbrook, Grant Park.
It has Guinness's most apt.
What
named park?
No, just most apt. It's the most apt of anything.
Huh.
Well.
Oh, not even most apt park? Just most apt of all things?
Nothing is more apt than this being named Lynbrook Park.
Huh. Yeah. It beat out the building titled Building.
Interesting.
It beat out the painting that I made and submitted to Guinness, along with underneath the canvas $100, mind you, that I named Painting. And I'm a little upset about it still. And if I see a dang copy of Guinness at this book fair, I'm going to flip.
Oh, well, I would love to see you do a flip.
They rejected that too. So you would be the only one.
Do you think we can maybe just put the copies of the world record on that slide and under? Yeah, I don't want to upset Adam.
What is he whispering to Denise about?
Hi guys. Sorry, no, I'm sorry. I had a little business to attend to with Denise. Thanks, Denise. You're lovely.
I'm sorry. She is, isn't she?
Yeah, let's continue to not approach her so that we don't have to speak.
Well, she's refused. We've asked her. She was the first guest we ever asked to be on the show, but she
said no.
She doesn't want fame, like
she doesn't need it.
Yeah,
she doesn't want fame.
She doesn't need it. She wouldn't even sponsor me in my. You
mean endorse?
Campaign. Endorse. That's correct. Not sponsor, like advertising, because that doesn't happen.
Yeah,
she refused. She flat out refused to publicly fundraise for you, but she was happy to give you a lot of, what do they call it, dark money. She really took advantage of Citizens United.
Yeah, she's a humble and ascetic woman in every public-facing capacity, but behind the scenes, there is tens of millions of international dark money flowing to that woman.
Yeah.
She has so many offshore accounts.
She has Guinness for most offshore.
She's one of the most powerful people in the world.
Yeah.
Um,
She is an advisory member of more sovereign wealth funds than anybody in history. 5.
You know, Guinness.
That's good. That's really good.
Sorry, Alex. Didn't mean to cut you off with my rant about Guinness. We're here in Lynbrook Park.
We're here in Lynbrook Park. It's the Lynbrook Book Fair. There's a lot of wonderful people around. And, we didn't really broadcast the episode around town as I do because I'm the mayor this week. But, maybe we'll get lucky. We know this town loves its Raymond.
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
they're just keeping up as is. Just, we'll see how it goes. I'm curious to hear about what you guys think of this episode. I thought it was very nice.
I agree. Nice. So give us the synopsis of the episode, Alex.
That's probably a great idea.
And, take your time. We're just having a leisurely day out here in the park. Why don't we saunter over to this bench here? And it's 3 wide, so let's all sit down.
Great. I call middle.
Synchronized leg cross.
So, this is season...
Right, same page, Adam, same page.
Of our Richard Russo books.
Of course.
Huh?
This is season 3, episode 23, Be Nice. When Raymond takes the kids to the park and treats the other wives and children with more care and respect than he does his own wife, leads to Ray and Deborah reflecting on the fact that maybe they should be nicer to each other. So they try that, and everyone thinks they're insane for trying to be nice to each other. And then at the end, they decide that being nice should not overtake being real with each other.
Honest.
I think. Honest. I don't know. The ending confused.
The ending was confusing.
The ending confuzzled me a
Real,
little bit.
honest. I would suggest maybe being shitty with each other. I'm sorry, Mrs. Robertson, but they're kind of.
I expected more from you, Joseph.
I'm sorry. I have
They
to
are-
be honest.
Give me back that Richard Russo.
Oh no! I was just getting to the good part.
You'll get this back. It's all good part. It's Russo. You'll get this back when you earn it.
Okay.
Wow.
So no more swearing the rest of the podcast, guys.
Yeah, Mike is really the one that brings that out in us. So I feel like without him, there's no reason to be.
I'm very comfortable, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost like the skies are clearer.
The skies are clear. I've noticed the sun is shining more and the birds are out, whereas they used to be. The only word for it is afraid. I don't know.
I always wondered what it was that struck the birds with such a fear. It's Michael. It's Michael. Yeah.
I actually thought it would be, if it wouldn't be too much trouble, just to have a little discussion here about kind of the overall feelings about how this episode went for you guys. I mean, we're pretty far into season 3.
Yeah.
We've tackled most of the season at this point, and I don't know. I think I'm ready to. Just straight up just sit down and talk.
Yeah. Like season 1, but a little more streamlined.
Wow. That's an excellent joke you ripped off from Rick and Morty.
Wow. Guys, let's simmer down. We've all ripped off jokes from other places today. Alex, you remember I was doing my whole wild and crazy guys thing on the way over here. I have to admit I stole that from SNL from the 70s.
Might I suggest?
Schneider, what joke have you stolen today?
I would suggest it was an homage.
Yes.
Not so much a rip.
No, it was word for word. I appreciate the benefit of the doubt, but it was word for word. And I said, but throughout it, I would say, and I wrote this. So it was pretty.
Oh, I wasn't talking about your wild and crazy boys. That I wasn't here for that. I was talking about my homage to Rick and Morty.
I wish I had called it Wild and Crazy Boys. It was Wild and Crazy Guys. I would have been sent to jail if that was in front of a judge. You were calling yours an homage, though.
Yes.
Okay, Alex, would you like to admit the joke that you stole today?
No.
Okay.
because I haven't stolen it yet. I'll get there.
Mrs.
Okay.
Robertson off to the side nodding.
I'll get there, Mrs. R.
Wow, she's visibly proud of you. Overall impressions of this episode, though, I felt like it was kind of honestly a whirlwind. It was, at first, hated Ray. Then hated Ray some more. Then I was sort of like, I liked Ray. I thought he was doing a good job. And then at the end, I was just sort of confused.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. Anything to add, Schneider?
Yeah, so, I mean, I'm going to try to express my thoughts without relying on any salty language because, oh boy, do I want to say some salty things to Ray Barone. Just in the sort of first scene, I think we could see a striking difference between what I would call sort of good faith teasing and Ray just being a miserable person. Sort of the hour and a half starts now, slow walk to get his tennis shoes. Good faith teasing. Pretty much every other interaction in that scene, miserable person. And
Oh, yeah.
it wasn't off to a good start. Even when he was doing better later in the episode, and by better, I mean just sort of baseline concern for other people's well-being and time. I struggled to extend to him any kind of credit because, again, he was simply just meeting the bare minimum. And also, he had already started at such a low that I had this bad taste in my mouth where he really would have had to overperform to get me to extend him any grace. And that just never happened. His best was merely passable.
Very eloquently put.
Thank you.
And I definitely agree. I think Ray really stepped up to the plate this episode, trying to break the record for fastest time to piss us off.
Yeah.
Here's a little fun fact about my parents. They have this rule where my mom forbids my dad from asking her where is blank if he has not looked for it for at least 15 seconds.
That is a great rule. That's a great.
And that is a real rule that they have, and it has done wonders for them. Because very often, just be like, "Where's this?" And then 5 seconds later, I found it.
Yeah.
And of course, it did not take him 5 seconds, but Ray did find the paper in his car.
His car.
Yeah, that was-
Yes, this cold open of Ray being. Look, there's like you said, there's like cute teasing, and then there's just being. This is like an all-time whiniest Ray performance that we've seen. Just where's the paper? Where's the paper? Like Deborah's talking to Jason's mom.
Yeah, who has it going on? There's my stolen song lyric.
I was gonna say that too. That's crazy. Fountains of Wayne on the Fountains of Brain. Yeah, just a nightmare of a childish Ray moment. The worst.
Yeah, the absolute
Yeah,
worst.
and then I was gonna jump forward to the scene with the whole family, but if we could sort of take it in chronological order. Too many sortas in that sentence. Take it
Sure.
bit by bit. The next scene is in the park.
Oh, what a coincidence. That's crazy. I didn't connect those
We're in a
dots. What the
park.
heck?
Oh
how
yes,
beautiful.
the universe.
Sorry,
is
go ahead.
involved. He manages to successfully endear himself to me even less. The sort of smarmy way which he soaks in this undeserved praise from the two women in the park who clearly have miserable husbands.
Yeah.
They have their own Rays, if you will.
Yes. And the way he just kind of soaks that in and hands it up. Deborah was quite right to call him out for that. Although
Right.
it did seem for a brief moment that when one of the two moms, the wheel fell off the stroller and Ray went to help, that didn't seem performative. That seemed very genuine. But in the way he took in the praise after the fact, that definitely
Yeah.
any I don't want to say points he would have scored because again you should just be nice. But any points he
Yeah.
would have scored with me as an audience for sort of that genuine moment of identifying somebody in need and going to help, he would have lost and then some in the way he capitalized on the moment.
Yeah.
I get you, and I wanna do some thinking about how some Ray psychological deep dive here. I think Ray grew up in a house of praise, where whenever he gets like praised is kind of almost when he then starts trying. Like he needs that praise in the beginning, and then once he knows he's going to get more, he kind of then starts to put in the effort, which is why I think Deborah and he foil each other very well, because Deborah does not give praise for him doing nothing and being a crappy husband.
That's part of Ray's whole issue is he is extrinsically motivated exclusively. Like he doesn't seem to want to do anything.
Nope.
Like, yes, there's like being burnt out and being overworked and stuff, but Ray doesn't really exhibit that. Ray just exhibits, I don't want to do this
He's just
unless
lazy.
there's something in it for me. Yeah.
I do just very briefly to digress, wanted on the record that I did check in with Mrs. R. Crappy. It's kind of a gray area. She said we're good, but
Only in the context of fishing?
well, no. She said we can call people or behavior, crap, but sort of just keep it to a quota. Don't 3 to 5 in an episode. She's fine.
Okay,
Okay, I could live with that.
should we maybe get up from the bench and sort of go over to the thicket there so that there's no chance of us disturbing anyone
I don't know how
with our
I think
saltier
that's-
language?
I was just a few young men hiding out in the thicket of this here Lynbrook Park on a beautiful sunshiny day
Near a book fair.
will gloss to everybody around us. So. Especially if we have all this recording equipment.
Well, here's an idea. Let's just be upfront and polite about this. Excuse me, everyone.
Oh.
Are we bothering anyone? Would you prefer it if we left or stayed with our TV making?
Well, if I could interject here. Oh my God, Denise.
Denise.
I love your show, Alex, and
It's a joint effort.
and you're
It's
my
mostly Adam's show.
You're my favorite. I've always
I know.
said.
No, you're my favorite. Mm.
How is you're still single? Because my husband is deployed.
Sorry, Denise.
Denise,
That's
that
not
changes
happening.
the way that I look at you a little
Yeah,
bit.
now I feel a little uncomfortable.
Well, I was just gonna say, you're kind of blocking the traffic for the book fair, and this is for the new ward for the children's hospital, so we kind of want to maximize foot traffic. You don't have to leave, but if you could, keep the wires out of the path.
It's sort of just
and everything.
consolidate.
Of course. We're so sorry.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, guys, why don't we walk around a little
Yeah,
bit?
let's do that. We'll take it on the go, Denise.
If we're gonna kind of go, podcast on wheels, we'll go mobile here. I'd add that just right in the back of my truck, I have my book cart from I would take on the LIRR. I could sort of just retrofit it to carry all the mics and whatnot. We could just push it around the park, have ourselves a nice little
yeah.
roll.
I'm surprised that was I'd been envisioning sort of the train wide classic like Great Depression push cart.
Oh no, it's fine. It's very modular. I'll be right back. Let me go get it.
Oh, okay. He's gonna strip it, I guess.
Well, that's concerning.
While he's going to do that, let's excuse me, sir, would you happen to hi.
Hello.
This is Alex and I'm Adam and we are with the local government.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Would you like to be on a podcast about Everybody Loves Raymond?
Well, you asked that so nicely. I suppose I could, yes.
Okay, great. And here's the consent form for the use of your voice, and we'll be paying you royalties moving forward from the advertising revenue, and of course your
Yeah.
upfront fee for appearing on the show.
Yes.
It's about
We have to-
$1,500.
I was gonna say we have to do joint custody of the penny, but
Well, that's how we
Yeah.
measure money. Is every
Yeah, that-
$1,500 is a
it's
penny.
a little joke we do here on ELEL.
Yeah, it's.
Oh well, I say this is all very formal and very nice.
Well, we're a very professional operation this week.
I see that.
Yeah.
You guys must have a lot of favorable reviews online.
Oh
Let me
my
sign
God,
my
you
name.
wouldn't believe.
Hey guys, did we pick up a fourth here?
Yeah, this
Yes.
is Edgar.
Yes,
No last name.
Hi, Edgar Schneider.
Schneider, Edgar. Oh, did you want my last name?
Well,
No,
I mean,
anyway.
if you are mononymous like legally, then that's fine.
There you go.
Oh.
My last name is Eucation.
Edgar.
And you could just call me Ed.
Yeah. No, I'll keep it formal. Edgar Eucation.
Mr. Eucation.
Yes, Mr. Eucation.
Yeah, we're
Yes.
keeping it formal. Mr.
Okay.
Yes, Education.
Mr. UK. And sorry, is it U dot or is it Eucation?
It's Eucation. Education.
Okay. We met somebody named Al You Doin' last week. Do you know him? Are you in like a support group with each other?
That's my brother-in-law. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So
he
you
always-
married the You Doin' girl.
Yes. Patty, you doing?
Patty, you doing? Yeah. Can I ask what you do for a living, first of all?
Well, you see, I'm a fisherman by
Okay.
trade. I go out onto the docks every day and fish.
Yeah. The reason I ask is because I saw Guinness pull up over there and get their binoculars out. They were hoping you would say teacher, but they just drove away because they're really trying to take. This is some inside beef that I have with Guinness. They're really trying to take most apt away from Lynbrook Park and apply it to something else because
I
technically,
see.
like non-alive things can't have world records because they're they can't be photographed holding up the certificate.
Well, the grass is alive. The trees are alive.
I love that answer, Mr. Eucation.
Thank
Okay.
you.
All right. Yeah. I mean, that's
The fish I catch and kill are alive.
until you kill them.
Until I
Such
kill
is the
them.
Yes.
circle of life.
Now, as
Yes.
a professional fisherman, how do you feel about Ray getting so much credit for doing the unpaid labor that, women all over the world do without any sort of recognition or compensation as somebody who I assume is paid for fishing?
Yes, that is my profession, as we have discussed. And it's funny that you ask me this because I think this is a good old-fashioned '90s hook, line, and sinker, as you would describe it. Classic showcase of the male privilege in our society that I think was not even recognized at the time fully. Just how inconsiderate and problematic that this was. The idea that someone who is a male, not typically expected to be with his kids or watch his kids or enjoy time with his kids, being with his kids, simply just existing in the same space as the mothers of these other families, and yet getting so much credit simply because the other mothers are just so starved for a break.
Yeah.
So the idea of a man giving his wife a break by doing something that is just a normal, considerate thing is kind of sad, and I think more of an illustration on the society rather than just the show or Raymond in particular.
Yeah.
Because he did not ask for any credit; he just received it and then rolled with it.
Yeah, I will say.
Oh, I saw the episode. by
Oh,
the
yeah.
way.
Yeah.
I don't even think I. Yeah, sorry. I will give the show credit for calling Raymond out, via Deborah arriving.
I will say though that
I concur.
to your point, Mr. Eucation, that I don't want to lay all the blame at the feet of one Ray Barone or even the writer's room of Everybody Loves Raymond, but rather as I was watching this, the thought did occur to me. Wow, 90s sitcoms. That's how general of a category I was thinking. I wasn't thinking Raymond. I wasn't thinking the show. I thought, wow, 90s sitcoms really make marriage look like a miserable arrangement. I would not want to be married.
I would have never gotten married.
Yeah.
I would have never gotten married if I saw these shows.
Yeah.
But of course, now you're in what is it? You just celebrated your 50th, yes?
Yes. Born and raised with my significant other. I am 50.
Sorry.
Excuse
Yeah, your 50th birthday.
I must have...
No, you're correct.
I misunderstood
the T-shirt.
No, you're correct.
Yes.
I was born, and then across the hospital room, she was born, and it was magic.
Wow, a real meet cute.
Yes.
Oh, so you're celebrating both your 50th birthday and your 50th anniversary.
I
Yes,
feel like
that is correct.
Wouldn't it have
That's
to be
impressive.
at least your 32nd anniversary by law, or no?
Technically, yes, but it's more about it's
Spiritual
more about
connection.
The
Spiritual marriage.
connect. Thank you, Schneider.
Yes.
That's a very apropos way to put it.
Did he introduce himself to you, or do you recognize him from the last time he was here?
Who, that guy?
Yeah, that guy.
Oh, me and Ed go way.
Well, I mean, I've listened to the show.
Oh, okay. So you just picked up from his voice and general demeanor.
Yes, but also I did see him out at sea one time.
What?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's
All right. We cut to a dark and stormy night at sea.
Hi, I'm Edgar.
Hi there, Schneider. Pleasure to meet you.
All right, we cut back.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
good
that was
times.
That was a wild time that we had off the shores of the Canary Islands. God
beautiful time.
God rest Mark's soul. What a brave man he was. Best first mate I'd
He
ever
will
seen.
be missed.
Yes.
Yes.
We won't be seeing that Kraken anytime soon, though.
So Ed, you
Yes.
say you saw the episode.
I did.
What did you think about in the park scene? So, as Deborah coins it, and I think is an apt description of the whole scene, Mr. Fantastic visits the park. Ray shows up at the park. These women give him all this credit for doing the bare minimum. And then all of a sudden, like, they're letting Ray watch the kids, their kids, and, you know, they're going to get him popsicles and, you know, lavishing praise on him. Deborah's there. She's sarcastically, oh, yeah, he's a gift from heaven. One of the women, Elise, brings popsicles for, she says for everyone. She brings 5. And by my count, Ray has 3 kids. There are at least, because these 2 other parents are there, there's at least 2 more kids. Yet, she hands one of them to Ray. What
That is an excellent.
the fuck?
Well, here's
Sorry.
the thing.
Sorry. What the heck? Dirty look
That-
for Mrs. Robertson.
That's what you want to talk about.
What?
That's what you would like to discuss.
That is
Specifically that.
that is a question that I have. It's just something that I noticed. I'm sorry, Ed,
I don't mean to
didn't-
cut you off, Adam or Ed, but I would just like to offer a suggestion to explain the situation. It was Allie that asked for ice cream. We don't know if the boys wanted any ice cream. They weren't in the scene at this time. So it's possible that we aren't counting them.
It's possible.
So it would be Allie, Ray,
Justin.
who was Justin? Which one was Justin?
Justin is Elise's child.
Okay, so Justin and Elise. Allie, Ray, Justin, Elise. I just can't explain who the 5th popsicle was.
It could have been for the other woman's child. And,
Possible. But then why is Ray the only adult who... No, because Elise got one as well. But then if she got one for the other woman's child, why wouldn't she have gotten one from her?
Yeah, this is why I bring it up, Ed, because it's indefensible. There's no combination.
She's got a whole bucket of popsicles.
Well, then why'd she run out to the car or wherever and get 5 and not just bring the whole thing over? It's indefensible, and this is the kind of thing that we try to hold to account on Everybody Loves Raymond.
It's the attention to
Okay?
details that
I
really
see.
elevate good art to great
This
art.
is journalism. There's no combination of individuals who are explicitly or implied to be in this scene for which 5 popsicles is a fair distribution. So long as Raymond Barone receives one. So I invite you, sir, to...
Maybe that's the joke that Ray thought of himself.
Maybe she's like, I've got enough popsicles for everyone, and then Ray grabs one.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's a good idea.
Yeah,
But she didn't seem
I
to
can see
react
that side
to
of it.
Ray taking one for himself. If indeed he wasn't included in the calculus, we might have gotten a shot of her sort of reacting to the, oh, well, you weren't included in the everyone there, Ray. Clearly for the kids.
Or like Deborah looking at him like,
Yeah,
what the
I
heck are
flopped
you
back to
doing?
the indefensibility
Sort of
side.
Yeah, that could have actually been a really funny joke.
Yeah, could have. They had an opportunity there and they didn't take it.
Clearly, this is a divisive issue. I only bring it up to A, point that out, and B, to say that Ray counting them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 popsicles, is the same way that he counted the biscuits at the soul food restaurant in Robert's Date, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 biscuits. So that appears to be a callback.
Or just reuse of the same joke.
It could be, because it did get a laugh this time as well.
What's funny
But
about
I don't know if
It's
that's a
just funny.
laugh of recognition or... That would be
I laughed. I didn't
Yeah.
recognize it. It was...
It's just odd. It's
Yeah.
a weird little thing. It's funnier in Robert's Date, I would say, because he's doing it out of like awkwardness of him and Judy sitting alone at the table, and he lifts up a little napkin to count them too. So it's better there. Have we dissected the popsicles enough for you, Ed? Or
Yeah. Do you guys want popsicles?
you got popsicles?
I got a cooler.
You do? Oh,
Yeah.
is that your blanket over there?
It is. I have a whole picnic set up.
Okay.
But you know, the wife and I bought enough popsicles for everyone. So
For
here,
everyone.
10 popsicles.
Okay. There's
figure it
definitely
out.
an equitable distribution of possible.
Wow.
Hold on.
Possible.
Okay, one for me.
Possible, these 10.
Popsible.
You get one for me, one for Adam, one for
So one
Alex,
for
and
me,
we'll
one
give
for-
7
one
to
for
Mrs.
Roberts.
Oh,
I mean,
Oh.
what about Denise?
Well, I want one too.
Oh, you're not including yourself in the ones that you're giving away?
Well, I
okay.
bought 10 in total. So
10 total for, quote, everyone. Okay,
and then
so
one for me and one for my wife.
I feel like we can't take... Oh, and your wife, too. So I feel like we can't take any away from Mrs. Robertson. So
Yeah, same.
I guess I'll give mine
Same.
up. And
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm not hungry.
Yeah, Alex. Okay, so all of us are giving them up. So that's you, your wife, Ed, and then 8 for Mrs. Robertson now.
Well, no, one for Denise and then 7 for Mrs.
Are
Roberts.
you sure you
Remember
still want to
Denise.
give one to Denise? She tried to cheat on her husband who's deployed.
I think the
Doesn't
bigger
mean she can't have a popsicle.
I think the bigger ethical dilemma with Denise is her involvement in not 1, not 2, but 5 foreign sovereign wealth funds and her plethora of offshore accounts. But
But that's her private life, and we let people keep... This is a small town. We let people keep their private lives private.
okay, well, you know what? Maybe
Yeah.
maybe a popsicle that she needs is sort of the one act of kindness that'll shake her back into respectable living.
Okay.
I've given her popsicles once a week for the last year. So you tell me.
Well,
What's your relationship, Ed, with Denise? Does your wife know that you're giving her a popsicle a week?
I have to go.
Oh, shit. He bolted. He
I-
dove into the
There he
thicket.
goes. Wow.
maybe I'll
Ooh.
see you on the sea again one day, Ed.
He's
Yeah.
gone. Wow.
Yeah.
He just ran into traffic. Gee. Oh, God. He got hit.
Oh, man.
Fuck. Got hit by one
There
of
he
our
goes.
double
Oh,
deckers.
no, but he's still moving. Wow, what an iron will and
yeah,
apparently
he's just-
iron body that man
He's
has.
running down Catalpa.
That's impressive.
Look, he just got into the ocean. He got hit by a boat. He keeps getting hit by things.
Oh, no. Well, he hasn't come up yet.
The
So I
sea
guess
has him now.
Yeah, I guess he's back with the sea.
It's what he always wanted.
Oh boy. Yeah, let's maybe find someone else to talk to. His wife is looking distraught, by the way.
We just hold a little bit of space for Ed, just a few seconds.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Sorry, yes.
Do you want to like hold hands and bow heads in a circle?
Yes.
Denise
That would
is
be the
a
nice thing to do.
Denise is a universal life minister. You want her to come over here?
Well, does anybody have a bottle of water? We could just pour a quick oblation for him.
What about Ed's cooler?
Oh yeah.
Yes. Okay.
His wife seems to have gone off to seek assistance.
Okay, well, he doesn't have any bottles of water, but he does have wine coolers. We can pour an oblation of wine cooler.
Okay.
Yes.
That's not bad.
And it's
Are we sure they weren't water before and now they're...
Are you
wine
saying what I
coolers?
think you're saying about education?
Nope.
Wouldn't be the first time we've met somebody we thought might be Jesus.
Well, you know what? If he comes back next week, we'll know for sure.
Yes. Okay,
Well,
here, everyone take a wine cooler, and you know what? I'm going to take a popsicle.
We'll have Denise say some words, and I will pour this wine back into the soil for our dearly departed friend. We went way back. Our time on the sea together made me the man I am today. Edgar Ukage.
Wow. Oh, sorry. I haven't played the bugle in a while.
Yeah. Okay.
That was really good.
Thanks. It's hard.
Just be here in the moment with us.
That's okay.
Just be with
It's too
You
hard.
don't have to.
Okay.
I'll go get Denise.
He'll be missed,
Yeah.
huh?
Are you okay? You holding up, Alex?
I mean, I just met the guy today, so I'm fine.
He lived.
And he might come back. So
He lived more than a life's worth of life.
did he? Okay, that's
Yes.
Cool. I mean, 50 years. That's
Yeah,
actually a
this-
very appropriate amount of life. That's maybe even a little short of a life.
But no, the stories he had, let me tell you, those nights laying down under the sails together, looking at the stars. Stories he told me.
What was your favorite story that he told you? You tell me it.
Denise. Hey, has anybody seen Denise? Patricia, have you seen Denise? Is she around?
Oh, I think she said she was stepping out a few minutes ago. She didn't say what for, though. I haven't seen her.
That's weird. She usually never leaves a fair unattended.
Yeah, she seemed like something was bothering her. She held her temple and said, "Oh no, oh no, oh no, it's happening. I can feel it. It's coming, Ed." And then she said she was going to step off. I don't know what that meant.
Oh, wow. I don't know what that... And in all the conversations I've had with Denise, that's never happened, so that's odd. Well, until she gets back, I may as well do this. Let me text the guys to come over here and join us. Patricia, did you happen to see... I know we didn't put it up on the Jumbotrons like we usually do, but did you happen to see season 3, episode 23 of Everybody Loves Raymond? Be nice.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It felt a little weird not to sit down with my weekly episode of Ray, so I just thought to myself, okay, if they were doing the show this week, what episode would we be on? We'd be on this episode. Let me just sit down and watch it. Even if I, have to rewatch it when what's his name? Mikey Donziger? No, it was someone with a G. Unremarkable
it's
individual.
Jamaica.
Thank you.
Yeah, he doesn't make an impression on most people.
No, but even when he comes back, I had to rewatch it. It'd be fun.
Don't worry, we're actually doing an episode. Our friend Joseph Schneider's in town, so we're doing an episode with him, so you won't have to rewatch it. We'll just move on to 24. I wanted to ask you about the scene where Ray and Deborah are in bed together, and Deborah, makes this big ask for a little bit of courtesy and niceness, and Ray in return asks that she not call him idiot. He asks her to call him sweetie. Now, I know you and Jean have been married for about as long as Ray and Deborah have, right? That's how you measure it. So what would you think if... And I know it's not 1-to-1 because idiot isn't exactly a pet name, but I know you guys have your pet names for each other. What would you think about having to
Yes, of
switch
course.
it up after many years of marriage? Say if Jean wanted to be called Sweetie.
Way back when we first started dating, there wasn't really any instinct to kind of throw the pet names around. And it wasn't until I think it was our first anniversary together as a dating couple. We hadn't gotten married. But he just out of the blue just called me babe. Just really kind of slipped it in there in conversation. I was like, "Oh, what was that? What was that?" And he said, "I don't know. I'm just
Wow.
trying it out."
Classic.
And there's a couple more times for the next few days. He kind of just put it in there. But then maybe a week later, he hit me with a honey, and I was like, "Oh, you switching?" He's like, "Yeah, I don't know. The babe just didn't feel like it was sticking in my mind. I kind of had to." So I'm just switching up, seeing which one lands, which one does it for me. Which one I feel good about. So I kind of I can empathize with the idea of having to sort of self-consciously switch it up, because then I started making an effort when I saw his effort, because I appreciated his effort. And at first you are kind of like, you'll just like, "Oh, like how was your day, love?" You kind of got to self-consciously kind of put it in there. But once you find one that lands, it kind of just becomes second nature.
And what did you eventually land on?
A Snuggletush. Unfortunately, it's
wow.
Yeah,
unfortunate. You're not happy with it.
No, but I said it one day, and he kind of gave me this weird look. He didn't seem to like it too much, but I knew in my heart at that moment, no, that's it. That's the one. That's the one, Snuggletush.
Yeah.
He's gotten used to it.
So he doesn't like it either.
Yeah, he's. It took some getting used to on his part. You might say it's a bit of Stockholm syndrome, but nowadays he rolls with it. I wish something a little simpler would have done it for me. A love, a honey, a babe, a sweetie, or something. No.
It sounds like you're not thrilled with it either. Have you thought about maybe changing it up again? Ray, in pretty much every episode of Everybody Loves Raymond, he comes in with a new pet name for Deborah.
I have noticed.
I don't remember what it was this episode, but he certainly did it.
Well, so you know what? Maybe.
So have you thought about doing that with Jean?
Maybe when I get home, I'll throw a sweetie in there in homage to today's episode. To anybody who might try to say I'm ripping the episode off, I would just I insist it is an homage. It is done out of respect for, okay? I'm not stealing anything.
Oh, no. I would never think that, certainly. But, you don't even have to limit yourself to one of the classics. We could workshop it a little bit if you want to, do a little word association, maybe create a portmanteau, that you can use on Jean.
Throw something at me. First thing that come to mind.
All right, something in the love space, like affection, sort of. What about
okay,
hug?
Cuddle tits. No, I'm
hug,
sorry.
Cuddle tits. That sounds like some sort of adult performer. So if that's a route that you guys want to, maybe from the 70s. I wouldn't enter the industry with that name now. But hug, cuddle tits. In the 70s.
Unless you're going for kind of a vintage thing.
Well, yeah. That's still. Yes. You want to try again?
All right.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh, no. Hold on. No. I don't think we need to, because I just realized.
Oh, yeah.
The hug, cuddle tits. Because I can't be busting that out all the time. Too many syllables. But we got the initials, the hug CT, and that made me think QT. So I just go with cutie. But then, in my mind, I know that it's short for cuddle tits, so everybody would just be like, she calls him cutie. But really, I'm calling him cuddle tits.
That is so fun for you, Patricia. I'm so glad that I could help you come up with that.
Thank you. So what were we saying about Raymond?
I was asking about him asking Deborah to call him sweetie. What do you think was the driver there? I don't want to overanalyze it. I'm not, paging Dr. Freud here. By the way, I see you've got the whole collection here on the table of Freud. I don't know why I'm thinking of this, but maybe it has something to do with his mother?
Oh, no. Well, who are we psychoanalyzing here, Ray or Deborah?
Ray. I don't think. I think it's documented that Deborah's mom was not very warm and affectionate.
Well, no, because I thought I didn't know if we were analyzing, Deborah initially making the ask of what do you want to be called, or Raymond picking Sweetie.
Raymond picking Sweetie. I feel like because I might be misremembering, but I'm sure Marie has called him Sweetie before, maybe.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm influenced by this Freud collection. Do you have any cigars, by the way?
Yeah, of course. I always carry a couple with me. Here, just a good old classic Churchill right there. You can nurse that for a few hours. Here, got a little.
Yeah, I like how the tip has it's like a Pez dispenser.
Snip the end off for you right there.
Oh, you cut his head off. Well, that's fun. I'll hold on to that. So yeah, what do you think? Do you think it has something to do with his mother? Yeah. Oh, hey, Alex and Schneider are here. Hey, you guys have met.
There you guys are.
Patricia, right?
Now I have.
Yeah. Hi, Alex. You're doing a great job with the city.
Hi.
Yeah, I voted for you.
I'm trying.
I was just saying how if it is indeed a reference to Marie that Raymond wants to be called Sweetie, that is in fact a deep cut of a joke that the writers are making there. Like a really good reference that only regular viewers are going to catch. It's something that it's the best kind of inside joke. Because, an inside joke is good when it's funny to people on the outside too.
I wouldn't even call it a joke in my mind. Well, I'm picturing the writers are channeling the character of Ray that they've developed, and subconsciously they were like, what would he want to be called? And they end up with this, very mother-son sort of, it's not uncommon for a mother to call her kids Sweetie. So, maybe there's that. Maybe it's this whole miasma of and I'm really the Freud is strong. I see you've got the Freud air fresheners and the candles.
Speaking of the Freud, I'll just say that towards the end of his career, he shifted away from deploying the idea of the subconscious because he found that it was a bit confusing, that if something was not explicitly and expressly conscious, it was then part of the unconscious mind. The idea of the subconscious is this sort of intermediary and liminal space between the conscious and unconscious minds. Didn't have as much explanatory power as he expected it to. Psychologically
Would
speaking,
you say he Freudian slipped?
There are some folks, they're looking a little impatient over by the cash register. I'm going to go attend to them. You guys have fun with your recording.
Thank you, Patricia.
It was nice to see you.
She's a sweetheart.
Yeah, I couldn't. Denise isn't here. She went away.
Is there anything in particular that she needed to? She never steps away. That seems kind of odd.
Yeah, there was something about her holding her hand to her head and I think she might have been talking about Ed. I don't know. Let's get out from behind here and grab me that Richard Russo, Schneider, if you wouldn't, as we're slinking away here.
Yeah, sure.
Empire Falls, good choice. Let's go to the hot dog stand here and
ooh, hot dogs.
Yeah, maybe we can ask this guy if he's seen Denise first of all, and then if he has any thoughts on the episode. Sir,
hot dogs.
Yes,
hot dogs.
Hello. Hi
there.
Hi.
Get your hot dogs.
1 second. Just want to introduce ourselves first. I know you're running a business here.
I'm selling hot dogs.
We are from the city. My name's Adam. This is Alex. He's the mayor.
All right. I'm from the city, too. I sell the hot dogs.
No, I understand. I believe I signed your hot dog selling permit. This is Joseph Schneider. He's not Mike.
No, not Mike.
No, that's good.
Yeah,
would you like
Mike.
a hot dog?
Hey, boss, are these guys buying hot dogs?
I better let him know, little Mike.
Well, they're holding up the line. If they're not buying any hot dogs, they gotta get a move on.
You heard, little Mike. You gotta get a move on if you're not gonna buy any hot dogs.
Well, why don't we just we will eventually buy a hot dog, but first,
yeah, I'm hungry.
We'll step aside so little Mike can go first. But we wanted to ask if have you seen Denise?
I don't know. Have I?
Okay, maybe this. Hold on.
I'm talking about Book Fair Denise.
Yeah, Book Fair.
I saw her running off. I saw her running off. Oh
no!
Okay, my lips are closed. I'm sorry.
No mustard for you, little Mike.
Oh, no, I can't eat a hot dog without any mustard. You know I need my mustard.
See what you did, little Mike?
I'm sorry. I was about to bribe you for the information. I didn't realize.
Yeah, continue with that action.
Schneider, do you have that? Do you have that warm mustard packet I saw you pick up off the ground before?
Yeah, of course. I pick up every warm mustard packet I see on the ground. I've got about 12 of them here.
Yeah, give me those. How much would it cost me to bribe you, Hot Dog Man, for the information?
That's a nice mustard packet you got there.
Oh, sure. I was gonna bribe the
You
kid.
even tell me they got mustard?
Yeah, I was gonna give him to the kid to give us the information. But if your price is mustard, I'll fucking.
I'm 35 years old.
Oh,
He's 35. He's my dad.
he's your dad. Oh,
Yes.
I'm sorry. I just assumed you were like
I
a
had him
street
young.
child. Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Not you.
Little Mike's
Well,
fine.
I'll be better when I get my damn mustard.
Why do you call your dad Little Mike? Is your grandfather's name Mike?
No.
Okay.
My name's Mike.
What? I want to ask some questions about your personal life. Do you mind if I do that?
I guess not. Here, little Mike, take your mustard.
Oh,
First
hell
of all,
yeah,
have you seen
thanks.
Denise?
Be home by dinner.
Okay. I'm gonna go
He-
frolic for a bit.
He dove into the thicket.
He's gonna go frolic.
Yeah.
He'll be fine.
Have you seen Denise?
She went that way towards the harbor.
Towards the harbor. Lynbrook Harbor?
Yes.
Okay, it's still light out. It should be safe to go down there. Thank you very much. Here's a little something for your trouble. Another mustard packet.
I'll give this to my dad later. Sorry, little Mike.
Is it because you don't want to use the mustard that you have for the hot dogs to feed your father?
Yeah. You see, if you give it to him in little packets like this,
Yeah.
there's only so much he can consume. But if you give him the whole bottle,
See, this guy understands. That's why I pick up the packets. They're a hot commodity.
yeah,
Good for rationing.
I respect it, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. Okay. Thanks for that information. Can I ask you though about this episode of Everybody Loves Raymond? That
I don't know. Can you?
All right, give me another
You still
mustard
haven't
packet.
bought a hot dog.
Can I trade you a mustard packet for a hot dog?
Buy some hot dogs. You're giving away all my mustard.
If I can avoid spending the money, how much is a hot dog in money?
$3.
Yeah, it's gonna be a mustard packet.
Okay, give me the
Here.
mustard packet, and here's a hot dog.
Thank
Would
you.
you like some mustard with that?
Yeah.
All right, here's some mustard packets.
Okay, good. This is a fair exchange. And the bun, how do I obtain that?
That's extra.
Extra mustard? Here, take this back.
All right, here you go.
Oh, he accepted it. Ugh.
So, what do you want to know?
Juicy turkey sandwich. That's not my order. Ha ha ha. Deborah makes Ray a juicy turkey sandwich. How do you feel about the adjective juicy? Because to me, it's up there with, and apologies to the listener. We're recording this, by the way. We'll give you $1,500. Don't worry. It's up there with moist for me, of like just a sort of, I don't like that word.
Hard
It hits my ear wrong.
Well, let me tell you
Hard
something.
disagree, you said?
This hot dog stand is called the Juicy Hot Dog Stand.
Oh, yeah, I'm noticing that now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Juicy is a fine adjective. How dare you compare it with moist?
Yeah, no, it's I'm
How are
with
they
the vendor
different?
on this one.
So am I,
I like
Adam.
some like juicy chicken.
Ew.
But moist chicken, that's gross.
But yeah, how are
That's
they
gross.
different?
Yeah,
They're
that's gross.
describing the same thing.
No, juicy implies that the like the flavor and it's like baked within the product. Moist just feels like it's almost like you dip it in cold water. You know?
If you put something like in the oven, you'll talk about like, all the juices dripping down into the pan so you can
Oh.
make gravy. Nobody talks about
Yeah.
all the moisture dripping down. So you can make
Juicy is like if you squeeze
Stop.
a chicken breast, juices will pour out of it.
I'm having like
that's
an
where all the
actual-
flavor is.
Stop. Having an actual like gag reflex reaction.
sorry.
Juicy is a normal culinary term. I don't know why
I withdraw
you have such
my
a
question.
negative reaction.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
I withdraw my question.
Guys, I think little Mike found and befriended a deer.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Look
look,
at
the
him
deer
off
is
there
riding
frolicking.
him.
The deer is riding him. Wow.
Oh,
Yeah, he does that
how
sometimes.
lovely. There's a couple of rabbits in tow. Seems like a lovely man.
Yeah. I would love to know how he became this sort of mustard goblin that he is now.
So would I. I was born, and he was just like that.
Oh, okay.
Must have happened before I came into the world.
Can I ask you a question?
What?
You say you were born. Where did you meet your wife?
Me?
Yeah, you.
I'm not married.
Oh, I'm sorry. I assumed
It's okay.
because you were
I met
born.
my girlfriend, though, when I was born in the hospital. She was born across the hall. It was love at first sight.
That must be
This seems to be a recurring theme for Lynbrook residents. You know?
Happens a lot at
Yes.
St. Raymond's. It has to do...
Dr. Hitch is very good.
So, did we get your name? Your regular Mike.
Yeah, I'm Mike.
Where are you from?
Here.
Okay, not Jersey?
No.
Okay.
Why?
Nothing.
Okay.
One more question about this episode. So Ray and Deborah negotiate. Deborah's planning on making fish for dinner, but Ray subtly expresses displeasure at this, and so she offers nonchalantly to make something else, and that's how we end up with the turkey sandwich. I think this would have been fine this time had the incident with the sandwich not gone the way it went. Do you think it's sustainable?
No.
No, it's...
Because here's the thing. Deborah was actually not fine with Raymond skipping out on the fish for dinner.
That is true.
She hid it from him. And that's where she was not being honest with him right away. And that's where the problem started. Because Ray was fine with going for the turkey. She exploded after... Well, she exploded. She was upset afterwards because he also did not like the turkey sandwich. And clearly she feels unappreciated. Clearly. He wants to have more say in what he has for dinner. It's, if you have my dogs, there wouldn't be an issue.
You're suggesting everyone eat your hot dogs for dinner every night?
Not every night. Just, Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, and Sundays. And every other Saturday.
What happens? What do you suggest people do on the alternating Saturday that they're not having hot dogs?
I'm not an event planner. Well, figure it out for yourself. God damn it.
Okay. Keep your voice down. Mrs. Robertson has asked politely that nobody swear in the park.
God, that woman is everywhere.
She really is. So you said Denise went to the harbor.
Yeah, she went that way.
Okay. We're going to go to the harbor. If you hear anything else, here's...
Hot dogs.
Yes.
Did you
If
use that
hear
as a
anything
verb
else,
just now?
Hot dogs.
Let's go before he
yes, I
asks for
did.
more of my
All right.
mustard packets.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to offer him more to give us more information,
We
but
got
I guess...
more. Be
yeah.
careful. My dad will hunt you down.
Oh, I don't want to
He
be
will
hunted
hunt
by
you.
little Mike. That
those
sounds
back.
terrifying.
Put those back in your pocket, Schneider. Let's go down to the harbor. The three of us, one by one, poke our heads in a column. I guess you would call it. One by one, we poke our heads out the side of a stack of barrels. You see what I'm trying to illustrate?
Yes, I got you.
One by one, we poke our heads around the side of a stack of barrels. Oh my God, is that Denise? Are you guys seeing this? What's she doing down
He
there?
She seems to be doing something sort of Denise-y.
Yeah. By which I mean in a
Look at her.
trance and somewhat esoteric, perhaps even magical.
Look at her being Denise.
Why?
It smells like the sea and occultism.
And Denise.
Her perfume is selling so well.
Yes, Denise by Denise.
Wait, are you guys telling me that you only smell Denise, but you don't smell... I can understand not smelling the occult. It's a very subtle smell. You have to develop the palate, but you can't smell the sea.
No, I smell the sea.
I smelled the sea by Denise, one of her other fragrances.
No, I mean the sea is in
The ocean?
all of our watery mistress. Yes.
Yeah, I guess I'm picking up a couple notes of that, but mainly it's Denise by Denise, The Sea by Denise, and Occult by Denise, which is...
Oh, no, I meant I smelled the devil's work that Denise is currently performing.
Schneider, can you describe what the devil's works actually smells like for our listeners? What does that smell like compared to things that they might have smelled at home?
Yeah, for example, Denise by Denise, or The Sea by Denise, or Occult by Denise.
So I mean, it's a very complex palette. People might expect like fire and brimstone and all that nonsense, but that's actually biblically inaccurate. When the devil's work is being performed, you'll get faint hints of citrus, dandelion in bloom. It's important to specify that it is in bloom. Plain beeswax. Now, some people might say, but wait. Plain beeswax doesn't have a scent when it burns. That's why they use it.
Okay, hold on.
Because it takes a scent well.
They're loading.
I stopped.
They're loading stuff onto that ship. Denise is supervising the load-in of all these crates onto this fishing boat.
I hope it's not more perfume. Denise by Denise smells like the exact midpoint between pumpkin and desperation.
Well, that's why she brings it out every autumn, of course.
I'm sorry, I was just sort of taken aback by the fact that there are no bodies under those dock worker uniforms. Those just seem to be shadows under clothes loading all of the boxes onto Denise's boat.
They're not those, you ever see like a body paint sort of demonstration where people sort of like blend into the background? That's not that group that's been doing that.
No, I think these are just shadowy ethereal figures because they also smell like citrus, light notes of dandelion in bloom, and unscented beeswax. The smell of the occult.
That's the occult. Someone told me about that once.
I guess, honestly, I think we gotta find out what the heck is going on here.
Yeah, we gotta find an authority figure.
We're away from the park now. We gotta find out what the fuck is going on here.
Yeah.
Maybe we should sneak onto the boat.
Sounds like a good idea, guys.
And I have a very convoluted plan on how to do so.
All right.
First, we're here on the boat.
Okay.
Alex, that plan was amazing.
Yes, I didn't think we would need all 3 jet skis, but we did.
I can't believe we dodged all those lasers.
With that schematic alone, I'm pretty sure you could get a job teaching military strategy at the Naval Academy.
But it's not a passion of mine.
Okay. So this, based on your schematic, this is the engine room of the boat. I believe the bridge is right above us, and then Denise's quarters are up the stairs and to the left. Should we split up? Should we go together? Should we... What do we do? Alex, you're in charge.
I think our top priority is Denise.
Okay,
And
I
mean,
agree.
so far we have stayed together. I think it wouldn't be a bad idea to stay together, and if we end up getting picked off one by one, so be it. If not, we can just interview the people trying to kill us as we go.
All right.
Adam, you still have the mics running, right?
Oh, yeah. Don't you see the long cable leading back to the dock? That we've been lavaliered this whole time.
Oh, okay, great. I just wanted to make sure.
Hopefully we didn't lose any of the audio, because that was good stuff.
Oh, yeah, that would truly be a shame. A
Yeah,
loss for the archives. A loss for the world, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, real tragedy.
I mean, we didn't mention Everybody Loves Raymond that much, so we would have cut it out anyway, like we always do. But
I would have at least wanted
nice
to have
just
it,
as a memento for the 3 of us.
Yeah, just on the hard drive.
We run a very tight 2-hour show.
So let's...
No fluff.
Classic Scooby-Doo tiptoe hunched over. We're going through the bowels of the ship. And
bowels.
Okay, I'm going to poke my head around this corner, and I'm not noticing what's happening. Schneider, why don't you also poke your head around the corner here?
Gotcha.
We're not going to notice what's happening behind us. Hopefully nothing happens to Alex. And, oh, did you hear that yoink?
Alex, did you hear that yoink? Alex?
Alex? I'm sure he's fine. He's probably executing the plan. Okay. All right, let's go through the further through the bowels. Okay, we're gonna climb up the ladder here, and I'm just gonna poke my head out.
Yeah, you go ahead and go
top
first.
of
Just
the,
make sure we're all.
ladder thing, and I'm looking around. Okay, looks like the coast is clear. Schneider. All right, I'm sure that's fine. I'm gonna climb up onto the deck of the ship here. I'm just gonna do a classic army crawl. By the way, Audible is gonna be your best place to go for audiobooks, listeners, and you can go to use our promo code Hug Cuddle Tits at Audible to get a free month. So okay, nobody's okay. I haven't gotten caught yet. This is good.
I told you I'd hunt you guys down!
Little Mike.
Yeah! This is my ship, baby!
What? Little Mike makes this big proclamation, and camera pans up. We see the boat, big mission accomplished banner on the front of it. And Alex and Schneider are tied up, sort of about to be made to walk the plank by a bunch of the invisible dock worker guys.
I'm
What's
so
going
confused.
And Denise is standing behind the big wheel. Oh my God! What, Little Mike? What is this? What's going on?
This is my international smuggling ring, and you guys were that close to blowing the whole lid off of the operation. I couldn't let that happen.
I guarantee, Little Mike, please don't make my friends walk the plank. I guarantee we had no idea what this was. We just followed Denise here because Alex is in love with Denise, and he was going to ask her to run away with him.
Hey,
Sorry.
I didn't sign up for that
Sorry.
plan. Hey.
No, it's going to work. It's going to work. Alex is
Okay.
desperately in love with Denise.
I'm right here and could hear everything you're saying.
No, you can't.
That's something else. We're talking about something else. Little Mike, I'm going to look past you, and I'm going to address Denise. Denise, earlier when you mentioned that you wanted to cheat on your husband who's deployed, we balked. I admit it, we balked. But Alex has really come around, and he wants to take you up on that offer. Is that true, Alex?
Yeah, whatever.
Wow. I think I'm still gonna have them throw you guys overboard. I'm sorry. Just no one
Great.
rejects
What
Denise.
the
It's really that
hell?
simple. It's really that simple.
Ugh.
Look, my
Aw, man,
sovereign
my
wealth
dignity.
funds could not stand this level of exposure, and well, how am I going to be able to continue pulling the strings of government from, behind the facade of Denise, the charitable and wonderful woman that everyone's in love with, when I've got you three buffoons recording a podcast on my smuggling boat? And yes, I see the lavaliers. So
could-
I'm going to have you all walk the plank. It's really that simple.
we could just not tell anyone.
Yeah, we won't put this out.
We could. Here's what we could do. We could overlay in editing all mentions of your name, so it gives a name like, I don't know, Denise.
Yeah, we can do that. How does that sound to you, Denise? I think that could work. I think we could come to an arrangement, but
Also, little Mike's just out high and dry to be caught by the feds.
You're not high or dry.
yeah, you are, if I may say, and it says it on your pants, juicy.
Low and wet. And juicy.
It does say juicy right across my butt.
Juice.
Yeah, those, Denise, by the way, the pants that you've started selling that say moist across the ass, it's,
Awful, I hate them.
we're all for it.
Yeah.
He hates them.
What you need is moist on the front, juicy on the back.
I don't think you really need either, personally, but I mean, we've got a deal, right? That sounds fine, right? I like the direction this deal is going, but I'm gonna have to make one request. Alex, you and I are gonna have to spend some time in the Canary Islands.
Okay, fine.
Canary Islands are actually
If it
beautiful.
means not dying.
Alex, you're gonna
Yeah.
love it. I spent a lot of time off the shores of the Canary Island with education. God rest his soul. Beautiful place. Just laying under the sails at night, looking at the
Wait,
stars.
wait,
Okay, fuck it, whatever.
wait.
Yeah,
Edgar Ucation?
yeah. He and I go way back. We sailed the 7 seas together. All of the shadowy figures around the boat start to shimmer and phase out of existence. Their clothes fall to the ground as they poof into smoke.
Ed.
Storm clouds start forming over the boat.
What the hell?
No! What'd you do, Schneider? What the fuck did you do?
Education is the true
Name of God.
That guy was God? We called it. We fucking called it.
What's up, guys? It's me.
Ed, you're back. He just rose out of the sea like Poseidon. What the fuck? This was supposed to be a normal, grounded episode.
Guys, shield your eyes. No, we can't look directly in the face of God.
Oh, yeah. You were not supposed to look directly into the face of God. I forgot. Shit.
Thank
Ark of the Covenant
you.
rules.
I forgot to shave this morning.
Wow, he's gotten a lot. Honestly, he's gotten a lot cooler since he died. We thought you died.
Yes, but I lived.
Wow. Has it been 3 days already?
Time works differently at the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah. Ed, it seems like Denise has just crumbled into dust. Did you guys have was she like the devil or something?
No, she was just a bitter lady who I didn't like, so I crumpled her into dust.
So yeah, and it definitely looks like little Mike just kind of melted, just like Raiders of the Lost Ark, just all the way down to the bone. He's just a little puddle of goo now.
He looks exactly like that mannequin head in Raiders of the Lost Ark that got his face melted off with the eyeballs.
Yeah, that's literally what I just said.
That's too bad. I liked him.
Well, you didn't say mannequin head.
Yeah.
We were talking about the same.
Shut the.
Don't cuss in front of God.
He doesn't care.
I don't give two shits, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, wow. My whole life is a lie. Fuck, shit, goddamn.
Jet ski zooms up, and I do. Hi, God. It's me, Dolores Robertson.
Oh no, it's Mrs. Robinson.
Hand it over. Hand over your Russo.
Here you go. Here's my Russo.
Thank you, God. She doesn't.
It was my last Russo. Anyway, as I was saying, in return for shielding these the town of Lynbrook from this disaster, I shall grant you one service. I will fish out your friend who fell into the ocean last week and revive him, so that he may once again walk amongst the living.
Is that what happened to Mike?
Did Mike die?
Did Mike fall in the ocean?
Oh, shit.
Oh, my God. That's why he hasn't been answering his text.
Hold on.
Shit.
Yeah, his phone got water in it. That's why he's not been answering his phone.
Is this negotiable? Just wondering.
Yes, it is. Why?
Okay.
Can
I have a quick huddle?
let's think about it. Let's obviously, Mike.
So our reward.
Yeah.
So this is just like for free. We get Mike back.
Yeah.
Is that enough?
Yeah, but also
this is
he doesn't.
God,
he's not
apparently.
really doesn't leave an impression. You know?
I'm surprised God even noticed that he died.
Wow. When Mike listens to this episode after he comes back to life, he's gonna have some words to give you, Adam.
Yeah, he won't like that I said God didn't notice that he died. Yeah, a little bit.
Just saying, guys. Just saying.
Okay.
I
So that's we should
That's on the
ask
tip,
for Mike,
but also, how great would it be to have God of all people feature on the barometer, the barometer.
Barometer.
Sorry,
the
Barometer.
Oh, I
Oh
see.
no, not the barometer. The barometer.
Yeah, I feel like if we put God behind the paywall, that might get one or two more signups. But I guess let's try the barometer.
I like that plan. Let's see.
You know what?
Let's see if that works.
If we all defer to him on the barometer, he might give us a bonus wish. I don't know. It's worth a shot.
Smart. Yeah.
God.
What?
Or should I say, Ed? What do you prefer to be called?
Either's fine. God was God was my nickname in college.
Oh.
So.
Oh, by the way, I saw your yearbook. You were beautiful.
Thank you. I don't know what happened. Ha 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 ha. Just
Hey, did
kidding.
you see season 3, episode 23 of Everybody Loves Raymond? Be nice.
I have seen all television.
Really?
Yes.
Even women of the house?
Even women of the house, yes.
Wow.
What's the best decade of SNL?
Please say the 70s and Wild and Crazy Guys. Please say the 70s and Wild and Crazy Guys.
90s, 90s, 90s,
70s,
90s.
wild and crazy guys.
Yes! Hey, I wrote that. I wrote that.
You did not write
Oh
that.
fuck, I forgot it's God.
You can't lie
I'm
to
lying.
God.
I'm
He
sorry.
knows everything. I didn't
All
mean I didn't mean to derail. Go ahead. I just needed to know. Burning question.
God. Ed,
Yes.
let me ask you. You haven't happened to hear our show, by the way, have you?
I have heard all podcasts.
I'm sorry that you've had to go through that.
It's okay.
We really need to stop giving men microphones.
Well, God, do you want to participate in the barometer, our classic scale from 1 to 10 on which we rate Ray's performance as a husband, son, father, Holy Ghost?
You almost said Holy Spirit there.
Yeah, I thought you'd like that.
I did.
Not the Holy Ghost anymore, Adam. Not since Vatican II.
I don't recognize Vatican II, famously.
Anyway,
Didn't know you were.
with all the...
Didn't know you were a traditionalist, Adam.
Early on in this podcast, I demanded that we record it in Latin, but the numbers just weren't good, so we switched to English.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm a traditionalist.
So, here is my condition.
Yes, God.
If you really want me to give my 2 cents on Raymond's
That's
performance this
$3,000.
week as a husband, father, and brother, and etc., it would require a great deal of power, which means I would not be able to resurrect your friend for another couple days.
Oh, for a couple days.
Yeah,
That's
no, I
fine.
can go
with our recording schedule, that works.
That's fine.
Perfectly.
Okay, I'll just leave him at the bottom of the ocean for a little longer.
So I might be a little bloated. Is that what happens?
No, I think
to
his
the body?
fingers are going to get all like, what do they call? Well, you got like grippies on your fingers. What is that?
Pruned.
Thank you. He's going to be all pruny, but everywhere.
No, that's par for the course for him.
Yeah. He's a pruny man.
If we, given that we would have to receive a prunier mic in return, could we make a little bargain for an additional half wish on top of that?
That depends on what the wish is for.
I think I'll wait until we do the barometer to reveal that.
Then I think I'll wait to say yes or no.
All right.
That's reasonable. That's reasonable.
Fuck.
No, that's fair.
All right. He's a tough negotiator, famously.
Yeah.
Tough negotiator.
I mean, look, he killed the dinosaurs because they
They didn't pray. They didn't pray enough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They couldn't reach.
They couldn't put their arms
Famously,
together.
T-Rex arms.
Yeah,
That's why they're dead.
Oh, we thought the same thing. So God, it's our classic
Yes.
scale on from 1 to 10 on which we rate Ray's performance, with 10 being the great dads of sitcom and television history. Your Danny Tanner's, Uncle Phil's, Carl Winslow's. God,
I was going to say me.
I thought
Best
so.
dad.
Yep, number 1 dad.
Yes.
And 10 being the bad men of television history, your Walter Whites, your Don Drapers, men who actively harm their families. Schneider, do you have an example of a bad dad?
Oh, of a bad TV dad? That's a...
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so maybe not a bad TV dad, but I do have a great example of a bad literature dad. Sully, the protagonist of Richard Russo's duology of small town upstate New York, Everybody's Fool and Nobody's Fool. A bad dad that man is.
Right?
Little Mike was also a bad dad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fair.
that's true. We met a lot
Podcast's
of
bad dad.
today.
God, have you? Oh, I was about to ask if you've read Nobody's Fool and its sequel, Everybody's Fool, but I did see that you gave your copy of Empire Falls to Mrs. R when you dropped naughty words. So obviously you're a Russo fan, and also you've read all books, so I'm sure you are indeed familiar with the characters.
I have read all books, but I'm still, except Harry Potter, I'm still working my way up to those.
Oh wait, so were the weird Christian moms right about that? You don't like Harry Potter?
No, I just haven't gotten around to it. I don't give two shits.
Oh, okay.
People really
Okay.
project onto you, don't they?
That's my name.
You?
Hey, can you just do a real quick favor for me? This isn't even me asking for a wish. It's just a quick favor. Just
What?
like real quick, couple word, your take on one Joanne K. Rowling.
Oh, God, you want to go on the record on this one?
I don't know if God should touch this one. No, God's gonna touch this one. Fuck her.
Oh!
Yes! Oh, wonderful. Okay, cool. Great. I knew you were cool.
Wow. The one time we meet God and Mike's dead. Man, he really likes you.
Mrs. Robertson
I know.
zooms back up on her jet ski. That's right, God, up top. High five.
Oh, slap it.
All right.
A thunderstorm claps when he high fives Mrs. Robinson.
He's all right with swearing so long as you're cursing the name of Joanne K. Rowling.
Yeah. God, so we're going to go around just so, I mean, I know you've listened, but we usually let the guest go first. So we're going to, and you are, I don't know, actually, Schneider, maybe we should let him go first. Capital.
He is your first guest.
Okay.
Go first.
Yeah. Schneider, how is Ray coming in for you on this episode?
Yeah, so like Alex was saying up top, he really is breaking records for shortest amount of time to get under our skin. And even at, like I said, even at his best, he's just meeting a baseline. So I do think that I've been quite generous to Ray in the past. I don't think I could have much grace to extend to him in this episode. I mean, as a son and as a brother, I think more or less fine. Nothing really particularly egregious or offensive on that front. As a father, he really had to be, I don't like the word, but like to sort of use the vocabularies that the show is suggesting, nagged into spending time with his kids at the park. And the same into like being present and helpful to, like, when he stepped up and said like, oh, let me take that from you. If you need anything else, let me know. Again, that's a very simple gesture. And both Frank and Robert were just like, what's going on? And Ray acknowledged, he was like, oh yeah, this is weird. Let me explain it. It shouldn't be weird. The fact that you think it's weird, Ray, means that you're kind of awful. So I'm going to go ahead and give him a... I mean, I want to go low, but at the same time, one is like actively harmful criminals. I'll give him like a 4.5.
4.5. Okay. God, would you like to go next, or would you like to defer, or how would you like to handle this?
God will go next.
Okay.
And I would like to just state the fact that whatever God says, I'm going to agree with.
Okay, you're just gonna.
I'm just going to defer to God for this one.
Defer to
Thank
God.
you, Alex. Anyway, I believe that Ray was a huge piece of shit in the beginning of this episode. It is not necessarily even an opinion, more just the fact of life. Him kind of indulging in the praises of other people in order to kind of inspire him to do good. It's not exactly what I had in mind when I was asking people to do good in the beginning. You know how it is. So, with that, bad show all around, but I will give him props when Deborah suggests that they try to be nice to each other. He seems like he's actually legitimately trying for a nice large chunk of the episode to actually be nice to his wife and enjoying her being nice to him. He sticks by her, he supports her, he asks questions. He does need a little push and pull here and there, but they're kind of adjusting to this idea. You know, at the end, he kind of backpedals a little bit, but they do end happy in their own little weird way. So yeah, not excellent. I think Schneider hit it right on the head. I'm going to agree with him at a 4.5.
4.5. Okay.
I can't believe God and I were on the same page. That just feels so validating.
All due respect, I want to give Ray just a little more credit than everyone else has so far. I mean, we see Ray try so infrequently. He tried in this one. Ultimately, I mean, we don't know at this... Look, if we're watching this in real time, we don't know that he's going to revert back to his old patterns and maybe be worse over time, and they're just going to snipe at each other more and more until they become like parodies of sitcom archetypes.
Oh, that's what the ending implies.
I feel like the ending implies that, you know, they've tried this. They might work a little harder at being nice to each other in the future. Now, I know that they're going to eventually become these sitcom archetypes of, you know, the wife that hates the husband and the husband that just wants to watch the game. I know that's going to happen. But if I'm watching this in real time, there's hope. So I kind of want to give Ray a 4.6.
Oh my God.
That's right.
Oh my me. Well, anyway, I gotta get back to the bottom of the ocean because that's where God lives.
God, wait.
What?
So you've agreed to bring Mike back to life in a few days.
Yes.
And
Extra pruny.
You said you might be willing to give us an extra half wish.
I will hold my tongue until I hear, but sure.
Okay. Oh, by the way, could you do the average of 4.6, 4.5, 4.5 real quick?
4.53.
Okay, we'll call that 4.5. That seems right to me. Now, on to the requests that we were going to make of you.
I think if we still have a half wish left, an appropriate way to wrap out this episode would be for me to ask you, in all good faith and earnestly, to allow me to read to you an excerpt of Richard Russo's Nobody's Fool.
Well, that sounds delightful.
Okay.
Go for it, son.
And they all sat on the deck of the fishing boat with the Mission Accomplished banner on it as Schneider regaled them with the first several chapters of Nobody's Fool by Richard Russo. And after that, well, they all went their separate ways for a while. Schneider went back to riding the rails. Adam and Alex went back to doing what they do best in Lynbrook. But every year, they would meet back in that diner, I assume, in Empire Falls.
There is a diner in Nobody's Fool.
Fuck.
Actually, a pretty important location.
Well, but nobody's Fool isn't a place. Okay.
Oh no, the town in Nobody's Fool is called North Bath.
You know what, Schneider? All right. I'm tearing off my lavalier mic. I'm throwing it on the deck of the ship. I was trying to wrap up the goddamn show because we don't have any rights. I'm sorry, Mrs. Robertson, because we don't have the rights to read an excerpt of Richard Russo's Nobody's Fool. And in fact, we don't have the rights to read any Richard Russo novels on the podcast. So I wasn't about to let you... God damn it,
I'm
Schneider.
so sorry, Adam.
Yeah.
I just thought God would appreciate it.
You know what? Why don't you just... God, did you appreciate it?
Sure. Well, your monologue was interesting.
Well, fuck it. You know what? I'm gonna just swim back to Lynbrook. But first,
Very good.
let me just tell you really quickly about Mary Jo Keenan and Stephanie Erb. So Mary Jo Keenan, this was her last role before she appeared in a series of DVDs of thumb people parodying popular movies. She was on 3 episodes of Seinfeld. She's married to Mitchell Hurwitz, the creator of Arrested Development. Great. Stephanie Erb. She has been working a lot lately. She's in Bosch Legacy. Jesus Christ. This came right before she did her episode of ER, so we can check that off. Because Schneider, every time there's a guest star on Everybody Loves Raymond, you can be damn sure they did an episode of ER. All right, I'm going to jump in the ocean now. I'm just so fucking pissed.
I'm sorry, I didn't really have a firm understanding of how rights and releases worked.
I'm gonna do a flip off of the
Alex, look at that
thing
full circle.
here.
He
Adam,
said at the
before you-
top of the episode he would flip.
Oh, amazing. Before you flip, Adam,
Yeah.
we have to say goodbye.
Oh, you mean our classic sign-off?
Yes.
Okay, fine.
Schneider, can you replace
Oh,
Mike
wait,
this
you
week?
don't even need to explain it to me. I know how this goes.
All right.
Great.
Everybody loves Raymond.
And we love you.
Oh, he did 2 flips.